Hi, I'm Christina Trauthwein, VP of Content and Partnerships at Hotel Business, and I am here with Larry Cuculic, and he is the President and CEO of Best Western Hotels. Welcome, Larry.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Okay, so let's start out with what's new with Best Western Hotels.
Best Western Hotels is had a terrific 2022 and looking forward to a great 2023. We announced recently that our brand Aiden is going to have explosive growth in 2023. Scandinavia, one of our international partners, recently announced their partnership to grow Aiden by 30 hotels this coming year alone. They're going to be phenomenal hotels that are focused on elevating their stature as hotels, and they're going to have really innovative concepts like avatar reception, and they're going to be eco-friendly, most of them having solar panels, and they're really focused on making sure that they can elevate their hotel in their community and provide the experience that the guests of tomorrow are expecting.
I was going to say, I remember when Aiden was launched, and it's interesting to see the growth of it. Why do you think it's growing so much? Is it because it's so forward-looking in its approach?
I think that's part of it, but I also think that in today's economy, it's a perfect solution for hoteliers that want to develop a hotel that realize there's economic pressures associated with new construction, but they can still take that hotel and elevate it in guest perception and just reposition that hotel. Now, what's important though is that it be in an environment, in a community where it can be successful, right? Elevating that product and having sufficient return on investment.
Okay, great. Well, talking about growth, what's some of the growth plans, or what are some of the growth plans you can tell me about in terms of your global plans for the company?
About 3 years ago, we acquired World Hotels, and World Hotels to us is a tremendous opportunity to expand our portfolio globally. It's upper upscale luxury hotels. That portfolio, it being a soft brand, I think allows hoteliers to retain their independence, but at the same time leverage our sales and marketing and technology online presence platforms. And I think that they recognize the value of the Best Western name and associating with us. We think that that's a huge opportunity. Soft brands are really serving a need for developers and hoteliers that have hotels, but again, want to leverage a well-known global hotel brand and its loyalty program, oh, by the way, as well. Because when you think about Best Western Rewards, we have over 50 million rewards members. And to a World Hotel, to any hotel, soft brand hotels as well, that's a tremendous advantage.
Do you think we're going to continue to see growth in the soft brands?
I think we are going to continue to see tremendous growth in soft brands. It allows a hotelier to retain their independence, but at the same time, as I mentioned, leverage platforms that can drive valued revenue, good revenue that doesn't have a lot of the costs associated with other channel delivery.
Okay. So your new mission statement touches upon the importance of respecting the environment.
It does.
So what can you share about some of your ESG initiatives and efforts?
So we recently recognized we need to have, I'll call it a statement that defined who we are. We can have key results areas and then KPI underneath, key performance indicators underneath that, but what defines us as a company? And we recognized that we had three constituents. We had guests, we had hoteliers, and then we had our associates in the communities we do work in. And so what we did was we brought together our international partners for the very first time and entered into a dialogue with them that defined what our true meaning is, what we aspire to be in the future, and developed, I'll call it collaboratively, this new mission statement. And I think what's important is that when you have that dialogue, everyone can embrace it, right? So we're going to deliver guest experiences that are unique and exceed their expectations. We're going to drive hotel success. That's the second constituent. The third one is foster a caring, inclusive culture that respects our environment and the communities we do work in. And so you can take all three, I think, and I think they all feed off of each other and can define what Best Western will look like as a successful company 75 years from now, right? Because we are a long-standing global company, and we want to make sure that we're taking care of our guests, hotel success, and then leaving our communities and our earth in the condition we'd like it to for future generations, because it's important to look at it long-term.
In looking at sustainability itself as part of that, does Best Western have any specific best practices that you can share?
Absolutely. So we have a newly evolved Because We Care program, and we're looking at it from an EPC perspective, which is different. Okay. We're looking at it in terms of our earth, right? Our people and our communities, EPC. So it's not ESG, it's EPC. We think it's different because we're focused on our people, we're focused on our communities, because when you do those things, you recognize that, especially with regard to the environmental piece, you have to act regionally. Europe is different than the United States, which is different from South America and different Asia, with regard to where those, I'll call them, regions are with respect to their environmental programs, right? So we're going to act globally. We're also recognizing the regional differences.
I like EPC.
And that's where the community piece comes from. And call it people, because it's people we care about.
I was going to say, I like EPC, you're onto something. It's the terms are more relatable, I think with that acronym.
Thank you.
Definitely. Let's talk a little bit more about the future and what lies ahead for the company and even the industry as a whole.
We had an extremely successful 2022, and our year really begins in December. And so as we began our new fiscal year, we had a tremendously successful 2022 that starts our 2023. And we intend on, of course, building upon the foundation of that success of last year. And what I'll share is we're optimistic. I could say cautiously optimistic, but I think I'm more optimistic than that. I'm like 3/4 glass full.
Okay, I like it.
Because the beginning of our year is showing that we think, a successful year ahead of us. We have a very strong leisure following our guests, and if December and January and February, because we're looking at forward bookings, are as strong as they are, we're going to hit spring and summer, which is really our wheelhouse. And we think, as a result of what we can see but you never know what the future holds, but we think that we're going to be tremendously successful in 2023 as well.
How about in terms of business travel?
Business travel, for us, we're super focused on business travel. We know we're strong Friday nights, Saturday nights, and some Sunday nights. Our sales team is focused on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday nights, making sure our hotels have business travel. It hasn't returned to where it was pre-pandemic, but it's on an upward path. And although that slope may slow down in terms of its positive growth, from what we can tell, the slope is continuing to be positive. While it may slow, what we're also seeing, though, is if occupancy continues on that path and we have terrific average daily rate, which we do, we're going to have a tremendously successful 2023 to include that midweek sales business.
Okay, great. Thank you for your time.
Well, thank you. I very much appreciate the opportunity.